So we're just going to move just sort of like this. Yeah, no.
I feel like my
no, it's good.
doesn't.
And then I'm going to move my right foot back. So then you move. Is this your left? Yeah, your left foot forward. Yeah. And then you're going to move your left back, and I'm going to move my right forward. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then spin.
You're going to spin.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Romance Review TV with Lady T, and I got another recap for you guys. Love Island UK season 8 episode 38, and yeah, Ekin-Su and Davide is back at it again because of his trust issues. There is Becky Hill giving a performance, and somebody goes on a beach date. So we're going to unpack all of this. But before we do, just take a second to make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. And also, please don't forget to like and share. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. So as we remember from the previous episode, Jacques officially left the villa. Looked like he did it for, reasons where he wanted to be the best version of himself. And it was a very tearful goodbye for both he and Paige and for the other islanders. And yeah, the question remains though, is Paige going to stay true and meet him at the airport like he originally requested? So we will have to watch and see. But we got to talk about this thing with Ekin-Su and Davide with Adam. So you guys remember when Adam arrived at the villa, Ekin-Su gave him this guided tour. And she was definitely flirting with him, but later told him she wasn't interested. So, this thing led on to a whole nother situation where Davide was not feeling it. His trust issues raised to the surface again. And Davide had to clear all this up. And he had every right to. Honestly, you know how she started off in the beginning. They had their ups and downs in this villa, and this latest thing was no exception, But before the tiff, he wanted to clear that up with Adam, pulling him aside to kind of get a chat about what was going on, what was said. And Adam pretty much kept it 100 with him, saying, she was respectful and all, but she kind of made it sound like the door was still a little bit open and you guys are not 100%. And he was correct. In the meantime, while this conversation was going on between Davide and Adam, of course, Ekin-Su was looking across the villa trying to figure out what the conversation is about, which is why she was looking crazy sitting over there with Billy. So now, after everything has been said, this is where she kind of gets like, I need to find out what's going on. And she knows exactly what was said. She shouldn't be looking crazy because of the fact that you said you was open. And just like everybody always said about her, like Gemma said yesterday, it's always a situation with every guy that comes in the villa. She's already trying to get to know him. So Davide did speak with Ekin-Su. Ekin-Su was not happy that, he didn't immediately speak to her, but he spoke to Adam first. And this whole conversation turned into this big, huge argument. They went back and forth. And he explained it, of course, to her. And she was like, no, that's not what I said. And I'm like, you want to rewind the tape, girlfriend? I think you need to remember what you said. And by this point, they were pissed off at each other. They walked away from the conversation, calling each other fake. Saying, what Davide said before about her. She needed an Oscar for her behavior. And I'm like, why don't y'all just leave each other alone? Davide, you already done went through this once, twice, I think almost 3 times with her. You need to let the girl go, And I mean, he even said she was fake as a fake Louis Vuitton from China. I'm like, wow. Then you need to leave her alone. So now for Adam, he later that night got a text that said that he was to pick 3 girls to go on a date. And guys, did you see Ekin-Su's face? It lit up like a Christmas tree because she thought about possibly being chosen and then instantly disappointed when, Adam decided to choose Summer, Danica, and Paige. And she didn't look too happy. That's what she get. Now, let's talk about these dates. So, Summer's date was a surprise. It was even a surprise for her. Adam decided it was a good chance, though, to get to know, Summer. And the date seemed to it went pretty well. They decided that they could build on this, but the heat started to rise a little bit later. And that was with Miss Danica. So, Danica and Adam had been slightly flirting with each other since he came into the villa. And this went right to the next level after Danica gave him this whole mini dance lesson in the Hideaway Terrace. So, they did admit that there was some chemistry and, they ended the date by saying that they were looking forward to getting to know each other. I'm hoping actually that this match could work. Danica is trying, but she might have another option a little later on. So stay tuned for that. So next up was Paige, who we know Adam has undoubtedly been gunning for since he got into the villa. Now, as we know, Paige had a couple of rough days after Jacques decided to leave the villa, but this particular date, oh yeah, she was really cheered up. I mean, they talked about what they were like in relationships, and it was all smiles. You can tell the energy between the two of them. And I don't know, Jacques, you might, on the outside, if you're watching this, you might be a little bit worried because he's still interested in her. And even though she said at this date, she's still not 100% open, her head hasn't completely turned, I still think that the opportunity is available, for these two. So they did have a connection and they sealed it with the kiss on the cheek. And she talked a lot about that date during the beach hut. So now it was bedtime, and I didn't want to leave this scene out. Looked like Andrew decided to give Dami the day bed for the night so he could share it with Indiyah. He was looking at pictures of both himself and Indiyah, and also himself and Jacques. So, of course he was remembering that. But I thought this was so cute. The little romantic, nighttime, because they're not a couple right now. They're with 2 different people, but they have reconciled their differences since Casa Amor. So, they're now taking the opportunity of the day bed to actually get to have some cozy time with each other. And I thought that was so cute. So I had to make sure that I actually give them a little bit of airtime in this particular recap. But look like so far so good, with these 2. So next up, Luca and Gemma go on a date. So she got a text message saying that, get ready, that they're going on their first date. And for these 2, they have been joined at the hip since coupling up, minus the whole Casa Amor break, since the beginning. So, I'm surprised we haven't seen them go on a date sooner than this. So they finally got their opportunity. They actually, had a good time. They had this little seaside dinner date. Over throughout the season, a lot of folks have been saying that those 2 are married off already, but this particular date really seemed to bring them a lot closer. And I mean, I always kind of look for eye contact and connection, and it was there. I know Luca was all in, but I kind of wanted to see the connection and, how Gemma was looking. And she seemed like she's really smitten. The biggest thing about this situation is her wanting him to be blended into her family and whether her family is going to like him. Now, she said that, you know, he wouldn't really have a problem with her father because of the whole sports thing. The biggest thing is her mom. So that's the, you know, what's going to be the biggest thing. And Luca even dropped the whole girlfriend bombshell, but Gemma said, you know, she still want to wait for the parents. So now let's talk about Danica and Billy, because at first I was hoping she got with Adam, but Billy's eyes were popping out of his head as he was watching Danica do her exercise and stretching in the workout area. Now, Danica then, you know, finding that he, you know, was interested. I mean, I don't know if he was truly interested in her, but, or whether, you know, he found her physically attractive. But he was definitely interested. And I think that gave him the green light to pretty much pursue her. Now, Danica did pull Indiyah aside and spoke with her about that potential of a connection or romance with Billy, admitting that while she is attracted to Adam, she believes that there's more interest in Paige when it comes to Adam. So she don't want to say he's second choice, but that's the option. And then last but not least, Becky Hill, the artist, had performed in the villa. And I guess, you know, she's not the first one of all of the Love Islands to do a performance. But, yeah, she did the song Crazy What Love Can Do, as well as My Heart Goes La-Di-Da, and then I Wish You Well and Remember. So it was pretty cool. A pretty good episode, I should say. So let me know what you guys think. I will say this was 70 minutes long. So I don't know if they needed to stretch it out that far, but hey, it was entertaining to say the least. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think that, you know, Danica should be better off with Billy, or should she be better off with Adam? Even though I think Adam is more leaning toward Paige. So we'll have to see, and let me know your thoughts. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure your notifications are turned on so you can be notified every time I update and upload a video. And until the next one, talk to you soon. Bye.